Hey everybody, so my buddy wanted to hear what this timeline that I just got sounds like. That's the Strymon Timeline. I'm sure most of you have heard about it. 450 bones. If you buy it brand new, I got it used for around 400. So my clean tone will be this Les Paul, Epiphone Les Paul, run through a orange practice amp, just a small solid state amp. It's got a little bit of reverb going on it. So first let's go through the different effects that you can dial in directly. I'll just go through them very quickly. Let's see what we have. Gotta press one of the foot switches here. This is the A channel, there's a B, and this is a tap switch. So we're in the A, and I directly selected an effect called D-tape. I'll tell you what all of these are. D-tape, D-bucket, digital, dual, pattern, reverse, ice, duck, swell, trem for tremolo, filter, lo-fi. That's it. So we're on D-tape, and that's sort of a standard digital delay, obviously. These dials are time, that's how quickly each repeat is. Repeats, the number of repeats, mix, filter, grit. I don't really know how to use these yet. Speed and depth. These have to do with the repeat, and depth will add a lot of modulation if you want it, or you can dial it off. And the speed is how fast the modulation goes. So with all that said, we just did tape. I'll turn the mix off a little bit so that we get more of the direct tone. Alright, the next one's called D-bucket. Let's add a little bit more of the mix. Let's go at 12 o'clock. Let's compare that to the first one. So obviously the D-tape repeats are louder. Interesting. The next one's called digital. Next one's called dual. That one has some built-in reverb, I can hear it. Next one's called pattern. So that obviously is a different subdivision for the repeats, right? Whereas the first four are sort of like a standard digital delay. So the next one's called reverse. Next one's called ice. That's cool. I never noticed that sort of subwoofer going on there, or whatever. What is it? It's like a one octave down. right, next one's called duck. Alright, so let's go to swell. On swell, I know I've got to turn the mix up a lot. And put in a bunch of repeat. And let's see, the time, let's go to like 200 milliseconds. Now we're going to tremolo or trem. Okay, we're going to one called filter. Not sure I like that one. It's kind of has a gurgling, like a gurgling, bubbly. Let's see, the time, I can really increase it a lot. So now it's at 1560, so that's 1.5 seconds. And the last one is called lo-fi. Let's go to 220 milliseconds. All right, let's talk about presets. This is what I've learned so far, so it's very basic. This is the dial that you use. It goes from 00 to 99. For each preset, you can select A or B, so you basically have 200 presets. So let's just pick one and then make some changes and save the changes. This is number 40. It's called High Voltage Channel A, and here's what it sounds like right now. Alright, so what do I want to do? I want to bring in more of that delay, bring up the volume. So the mix knob needs to be switched. And notice when I started turning this, the light turned amber. So, it's signaling to me that I made a change and that change can be saved. So where are we now? Let's see. Alright, that's pretty good. So I'm going to say there's too many repeats, so let's take off some of the repeats. add some modulation. Let's go all the way. All right, that sounds pretty awful. Let's make it sound better. Let's bring in more of the original signal. Repeats. All right, this is more traditional, I guess. And let's slow it down. Let's see. We've got milliseconds, 250, 520. That's about a half a second. Let's go even slower. 640. Alright, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and save that. So I'm going to just like press this real quick. That'll put us back into the name mode. Now if I press and hold, it'll go into save mode. And then if I just press it again really quickly, then it saves it. So number 40, high voltage, has been saved. I can move on to some other one, some other preset. And I come back to number 40A. 40A, right? And that's the way you use presets.